In this video, I want to show you the anatomy of a poorly written non-official GMAT question. This is a good illustration of why I suggest that you use questions written by GMAC, that is, official questions from the official guide from the GMATPrep exams to practice verbal, and not worry about using questions that come from other sources because they're not written precisely enough, and this can pose problems. So I'm going to illustrate exactly how that works by looking at this non-official question. In response to lagging sales based on a reputation for poor quality, Lanzillotti's Pizzeria launched a city-wide marketing campaign, reintroducing its pizza as being made with organic ingredients and flavorful sauces. Evidence of a new emphasis on quality pizza. But after visiting Lanzillotti's last night, I can only conclude that the reintroduction was simply empty advertising language, as my pizza tasted no better than the pizza I had eaten at Valvano's earlier in the week. Which of the following, if true, would most strengthen the reviewer's conclusion? Okay, so let's go back to the argument here. I'm going to look at a couple of things. Okay, empty advertising language. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm going to conclude, because it's not clear, that this means no improvement. I'm just going to take that to mean no improvement. As my pizza tasted no better than the pizza I'd eaten at Valvano's earlier in the week. Okay, so which of the following, if true, would most strengthen the reviewer's conclusion? Answer choice A. Valvano's is not known for using organic ingredients in its pizzas. Okay, so if we could assume that organic implies better quality, this might work. So I'm going to put a question mark here. So Valvano's is not known for using organic ingredients, point of this being that if they don't use organic ingredients, their quality is not good. Lanzillotti's quality we can take to be equal to Valvano's because of the statement at the end here. My pizza tasted no better than the pizza I'd eaten at Valvano's earlier in the week. So remember that Lanzillotti's and Valvano's are going to be treated as the same. So if organic implies quality, Valvano's is poor quality because it does not use organic ingredients, then Lanzillotti's pizza must be poor quality despite using organic ingredients. So it's not a bad answer, but I don't really like the logical leap that we have to make. So question mark. Next, other diners on the same evening also reported that Lanzillotti's pizza was no better than Valvano's. This is completely out of scope. We don't care about the other diners. We only care about the reviewer. C. Valvano's pizza is not considered among the highest quality pizzas in town. So what we're saying is that Valvano's is not the best, which implies that Lanzillotti's is not the best. This I'll keep, it's in scope, but I don't really like it because just being not the best does not imply that there's no improvement. So I'm going to put here improvement possible. All right. Now the reason I say that is because we could have a gradation of quality. We could go poor, acceptable, good, better, best. This is arbitrary. I mean, as many gradations as you want, but it's possible that Lanzillotti started at poor and now it's acceptable, or that it started at acceptable and now it's better, for example. So that doesn't mean that there's no improvement. So that would not be simply empty advertising language. If they started off really bad, then it's possible that they've become okay, and that's an improvement. It's not empty language. Answer choice D. The reviewer ordered the most popular pizza that Lanzillotti's offers. It's not about the popularity of the pizza. That's out of scope. About the quality of the pizza. Lanzillotti's appetizers and desserts. All right, completely out of scope. We can tell that already. All right, so between A and C, this is where it gets a little bit difficult with this question. We have the logical leap if we can assume organic means better quality. Then if Lanzillotti's Valvano's is not known for using organic ingredients in its pizzas, we know that we need to compare Lanzillotti's and Valvano's. Valvano's is doing as well without organic ingredients, which means that Lanzillotti's, organic implies quality, is doing worse, really, than Valvano's. So that's not a bad answer. I don't necessarily see much of a problem with it. So what it's saying, basically, is that even with organic ingredients, Lanzillotti's is not as good as Valvano's non-organic ingredients. So that seems like a reasonable answer to me. But the book says it's C, okay? So let's try to figure out why it says it's C. So if I attempt to justify this, what they're saying is Valvano's is not considered among the highest quality pizzas in town. Okay, so Valvano's is not the best. We can compare Lanzillotti's to Valvano's, so we know Lanzillotti's is not the best. Just because it's not here, can we necessarily tell that it hasn't made an increase from, for example, acceptable to better? So Lanzillotti's could have been acceptable, now it's better, but it's still not the best. We can't actually tell that. So I would say that both of these arguments are basically reasonably on the same level. C is an example of they're using this double negation, not considered among the highest quality, in an attempt to mask the problem. But if we know that Valvano's was considered poor quality, so if we just said straight that Valvano's is considered poor quality, then that would answer the question. But not the best is not the same as poor. Not the best does not imply poor. And that's why I'm not going to say that C is inherently, clearly the best answer. Because I don't see that logical leap, that not the best implies poor, is any better than organic implying quality, which would allow us to choose A. And this is the problem with non-official questions, is that quite often, because they're not written in as precise a way, they're not edited as precisely, it's easy to think that you're doing something wrong when you're practicing and you can't figure out why one answer is correct and why the other answer is incorrect. However, sometimes it's actually just the quality of the question. Sometimes the question just needs to be edited more carefully or needs to be written more precisely in the first place. So that's why I suggest, as much as possible, to use official questions when you're practicing verbal.